All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for a Smackdown review for January 27, 2023. That was pretty much just a fucking boring show. No Roman Reigns, so it's automatic downgrade for the show. Only cool parts was probably Rey Mysterio. Brock Lesnar was there for like about 20, 30 seconds, and then a few minutes of Sami Zayn. But other than that, it was just pretty much fucking boring. Last show before the Royal Rumble tomorrow, and then yeah, so that was a dull show pretty much. All right, let's get to it. First up, we got Bloodline shows up. No Paul Heyman either. Jimmy and Solo Sikoa get out. They go to the arena, and then slowly behind them is Jey Uso. There's somebody in a hoodie that's like trying to get his attention. It's Sami Zayn, and then he pretty much wanted to thank Jey for what he did at the trial of Sami Zayn or whatever on Raw. That was a great fucking segment. And then he says, "You need anything help? You need any help with anything? I got you." So he's pretty much looking out for him, I guess. First up, first match now we got Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross. Kross hit a clothesline. Ray hit a 619 and a splash from the top for a 2 count. And then Karrion Kross, he did the Northern Lights suplex, and then he went for another one. Ray countered it into a pin, and he won with that pin. So it looks like this feud's going to continue because why would you have Karrion Kross lose the feud? Doesn't make any sense. So there's probably going to go 2 more matches. So Kross could win the feud, make it 2-1 for Kross. And they're most likely be in the Royal Rumble tomorrow. All right. Next up, we got segment with Austin Theory. He comes out to the ring. He says he's going to win the Rumble. And then the New Day comes out. They just do a little comedy thing. And then the Miz comes out. I don't know why the Miz is on SmackDown, but it's a Raw guy. He comes out and he starts. I forgot what he said. Some joke about Theory being mature or something. I don't know. And then they start brawling. And then Bobby Lashley comes out. He pretty much just beats the shit out of all of them. And then out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar hops the barricade and he F5s Lashley there. And then, so yeah, that was pretty much it. And now Brock Lesnar's in the Rumble, Lashley's in the Rumble, and I think there's, I can't remember if there's another person added to the Rumble. I think it's more than half the field in the Rumble on the men's side. And then we got a segment in the back with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. It's the same shit. They're just slapping each other in the chest in the back. I don't know why this. I think this is funny, man. It's fucking stupid. And then, so they're coming out for the match. They got jumped out from behind by the Viking Raiders, and then Viking Raiders go to the back, and then Drew McIntyre and Sheamus they go to the back. They want to beat the shit out of the Viking Raiders. Adam Pearce. So Adam Pearce runs to them, and he's like, "You guys got a match in the semifinals, or you guys are gonna lose pretty much. You lose your spot in the tournament." So they go looking for the Viking Raiders, and now it's gonna be Hit Row. Hit Row wants the automatic win. Adam Pearce says no, there's gonna be a replacement team, and the outcomes Braun Strowman and Ricochet. So they get a free spot in the semifinals tournament, and then so Ricochet he kicks Top Dollar, and then Adonis drop kicks Ricochet. B-Fab punches Ricochet while the ref's distracted, and then Braun Strowman gets a tag. He cleans house. And then Braun hits the power, like it wasn't a power, it was like a last ride, Undertaker's last ride move on Adonis for the win. So it'll be Braun Strowman and Ricochet in the finals of the tag title tournament. Finals is next week. Next up we got Kevin Owens segment in the back, Caleb Braxton. He says he's gonna right a wrong from the Rumble 2 years ago. If you remember him and Roman Reigns, they had like 2 or 3 matches in a row around that time. 2021, that Rumble. And pretty much, I think Bloodline interfered in that, so they helped Roman win. And then, so during this interview, the Usos show up, and then security is right there with Adam Pearce to get in the middle of it to break it up. And we come back from commercial. Usos are in the back. They're getting escorted out of the building. And then Jay Uso, he calls somebody. He said, "Yo, dog, you still in town?" Pretty obvious to Sami Zayn. And then we got Bray Wyatt's old theme song plays, and out comes LA Knight, the troll, just dressed up as the leader of the Wyatt family back in the day with the Hawaiian shirt and the fedora. Um, so LA Knight, he says on Raw, "I gave you what you wanted." Bring all, he said about Bray Wyatt, bring all the advice the Undertaker told you. And then Bray Wyatt shows up on near the entrance ramp, chair. Bray Wyatt says, "You finally get to meet the man you've been looking for. When the lights go out, you'll see." And then Uncle Howdy's like standing in the crowd. Got a picture of this. There he is, just standing in the crowd somewhere. And he's just like waving his fingers or dancing or some shit. It's fucking goofy shit. So yeah, that was it for that. Next out we got LDF versus Imperium. The other semifinals in the tag tournament. Imperium hit double clotheslines on each member of LDF, and then Wild hit a tornado DDT on Ludwig Kaiser. Cruz hit a drop kick on Imperium, or it was a double drop kick on Imperium, and then Cruz hit a Hurricane Rana on Vinci off the top rope. Imperium hit the Imperial Bomb for the win. So next week it's going to be Imperium versus Braun Strowman and Ricochet in the finals for the tag, for the number one contender for the tag titles. Should be a good match. And then next up, we got the main event: Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa. Solo tosses a KO into the barricade. Back from the commercial break, Kevin Owens hit a clothesline, and then he landed a frog splash for a 2 count. Owens hit a super kick, and then Solo dropped Samoan drop, or he hit a Samoan drop for a near fall on Owens. KO hit the cannonball in the corner, and then he did a swanton. And then I don't know, he covers him for the pin. He's about to get a 3 count, and Sami Zayn pops out of nowhere and he pulls Solo Sikoa out the ring. And then he's Solo hit Sammy with the super kick. It was intended for Owens, but Kevin Owens got out the way. So he dropped Sammy on his ass. And then so KO's up on Solo Sikoa puts KO on the announce table. If you remember from a few weeks ago, he did that spot where he did the splash on Owens on the announce table. But this time Kevin Owens got up and he started fighting him on the barricade. And then he eventually hit a pop-up power bomb on Solo Sikoa, but the fucking table didn't break. So he didn't try again. And then Kevin Owens just hit Solo Sikoa with a chair. And then he said something to Sami Zayn. Forgot what he said, and then he just walked off, and that was it. So yeah, pretty boring episode for SmackDown. And then next thing, just do my Royal Rumble predictions. Got the matches right there. Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss. Bianca Belair should win. I don't think she's gonna lose the title until WrestleMania. Next up, we got Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the undisputed title. Roman Reigns is gonna win. He's not losing to Kevin Owens. He already whooped his ass like 2 or 3 times a couple years ago during this title reign. Maybe Sami Zayn is the special ref, or if that, because remember on Raw he said he told Sami that he's got a final test for him, so he could make him a special ref. Because remember he didn't sign the contract, Roman, only Kevin Owens signed it. And then the other thing was he could make Sami Zayn enter the Rumble, or tell him to enter the Rumble and win, and then forfeit the title shot, which he could do to prove his loyalty to the bloodline. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we got Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in a Mountain Dew pitch black match. I don't know what the fuck that is. There was a report online that it's gonna have neon elements. What the fuck that means? So is it gonna be like pitch black and then neon light, pitch black in the arena, and then around the ring neon lights or some shit? I don't know. It sounds fucking weird. But Bray Wyatt should win. The only way he doesn't win is if Uncle Howdy shows up and then he pretty much costs Bray Wyatt the win. Mm, it could be Uncle Howdy versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. So yeah, so Bray Wyatt should get the win. The women's Royal Rumble match, probably Rhea Ripley's gonna win. She's getting featured the most, like out of the non-champions of the women, besides Bianca and Charlotte, because they're the champs right now for each show. So yeah, Rhea Ripley should win, and then probably face Charlotte or she face Bianca. She probably face Bianca Belair if she's on Raw, I guess. And then the men's Royal Rumble match. A lot of rumors going around. If The Rock's going to be in there, it doesn't sound like he's going to be in there. But I think Stone Cold's going to be in it. But I don't think Stone's 50. Stone Cold 50, between 50 and 60, 55 in the mid 50s. I don't know. But he's not. Stone Cold's not winning. He'll be in the Rumble though. They talked about him. They talked about him a lot tonight. Kofi Kingston matching something about Stone Cold. One of the Austins that he respects. And then Michael Cole brought up that Stone Cold's the only person to win 3 Rumbles. And then Brock Lesnar, because this was after Brock Lesnar got announced that he's going to be in the Rumble. And he's like, oh, maybe Brock Lesnar can match Stone Cold and Royal Rumble wins or whatever. So yeah, Stone Cold's going to be in it. He's not going to win it. Brock's not going to be in it in the Rumble. Brock Lesnar's not winning back-to-back years. Not a chance. So yeah, Cody Rhodes should be the one to win it. He's been getting all these feature videos of his return I think for the last month now. So yeah, Cody Rhodes should win it. Maybe Sami Zayn wins it because of how hot this run has gotten with him in the bloodline. And then yeah, so if Roman tells him to enter the Rumble and go in it to win and forfeit the title shot, then yeah, there's a chance of that happening, but I don't know. We'll see. But my pick's Cody Rhodes to win it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll do the Rumble review tomorrow, either late tomorrow, probably around 11 or midnight, or early Sunday morning. Stay tuned for that. All right. See you guys.